Hi guys, so this is a tutorial for you on what we're doing, what we're currently doing on our project. So just to remind you, our first project is on what it means to be alive and specifically the human body. So recently we've been working on a mini project as part of that larger project on the human body. And that is, guys, if you remember, what is the most important part of our body? So we're currently on our mini project on that. What is the most important part of our body? Again, guys, this is as part of our larger project on the human body and what it means to be alive. So you guys have been working on our project Padlet, so our tune-in Padlet, and you've all come up with ideas on what you personally feel is the most important part of our body. Again, guys, as we've talked about, there's many main parts of our body, each with very important roles. Some of the main ones that you touched upon was the heart, the brain, the lungs. We've even had eyes. So there's no one answer. You could really make a case for any of those parts, and you could put them down as the most important part of our body. So guys, I've been really impressed with some of the ideas you've been coming up with. Just to share some of them again, although we've shared them as a group. One of them here is our brain is the most important body part. So this is from Gulrina in Group C. And this is our very amazing tune-in Padlet, Group D's. And we've got some really interesting ideas here. So let's have a look. Got the human skeleton, and I think the brain is the most important part of the body, because if it was not there, we would die. But our skeleton is also very important, because if we did not have one, we would lie flat all the time. So that's from Roshane, Group D, and Mustafa Bilal's heart, because without one we would. So here we have Yaya's. I think the most important part of our body is the brain and heart, because the brain helps us to do literally everything. It helps us move and it helps us think, and the heart pumps blood through the body to the brain, and everything helps each other. And if one part falls apart, we die. My favorite part of the body is my hands, because I can play video games super. So yeah, Yaya makes a good case there, that he's making a case for the brain. But again, he's also recognizing that the heart pumps blood to the different parts of the body and the brain. So guys, there's many ways of looking at this. We've got brain again. So like I encourage, guys, you can also come up with a separate idea, which is your favorite body part, which might be different to what you think is the most important body part. Again, like Yahya said, it was his hands. So Ibrahim Mohin, my favorite body part is the brain. If we did not have a brain, we would be able to do. So yeah, guys, we've got some very good ideas there. So super duper for that. That's perfect. Keep it up. And guys, we've also got some very helpful videos on here, which will help us with our research going forward. So here, the human body. And then we've got a few more further down below in blue. So there's one there, one of the ones we've also watched together, and this is also a very good video, and there's one here. So feel free to share those on our tune-in Padlet, because as we've talked about, guys, as part of our second stage of the project, Find Out, one of the ways in which we can find out information is as we've been doing, sharing with one another, learning from one another. So again, guys, I was super impressed with our whole level group session. We collaborated really well there. We picked up many valuable points and ideas from one another. So that's one of the ways that we can find out information, is from one another. So just as a reminder, this is our second stage of the project. While we're still going back to tuning, we're sort of in the middle, I guess, between tuning and finding out. We're still coming up with new questions and ideas, but at this point, we are now finding out information. So going forward, guys, our next step will be to create a poster or anything else of your choosing. So we will talk about that in our next session. So you could come up with a video, for example. You can make our own Padlet, and I will assist you on that. So for now, you can have a think about what you would like to do, as I also shared with you in session, I can provide you with a template of this this poster, which I can show you again in a moment. So this is one I made. I picked the brain, and as I shared with you in session, guys, I've included a video, I've included a picture, I've included a quote and links for information, and it's really about backing up my claim that the brain is the most important part of the body. So what I've done is I've backed up my claim with information, with evidence, to say yes, it is indeed the brain that is the most important part of the information. And I've referred to information and then explained the information I provided to convince my reader, convince you guys that it is indeed the brain that is the most important part of the body. So that's what you will be working towards, guys. So as we talked about in session, guys, we're looking to use a range of various sources to find our information. So you could use the internet to find podcasts, for example, TED Ed. Some of you mentioned Pinterest. So Google to search for articles. You can look for videos, TED Ed videos, again, and YouTube videos. So actually, a lot of you have been sharing some very interesting and very useful videos already on our Padlet. So again, guys, you can also use our Padlet learning from each other. You can always use our TuneIn Padlet to pick information out from. So we've got a range of videos on there now as well, and some information given by each of you. You can use books and learning from others, guys. As we talked about, you can ask others. So for example, if you know someone who knows a lot about a particular part of the body, or you know a doctor, for example, who knows a lot about a particular part of the body, one that you've picked, you can get information from them in the form of an interview. So you can put quotes into your poster. So as promised, guys, here is a template of the poster which you can use. You can include again videos, pictures, even make a model, as some of you talked about, of your favorite body part, and take a picture of that model you've made and put it there. You can put in hyperlinks. So again, here is some text, remove it and replace it with your own. So this is a template, you replace it with your own information. There's a page there for notes as well. So we'll talk about that more next session, guys. But for now, you can work on finding that information using a range of various sources. As I just mentioned, the internet, videos, books, our TuneIn Padlet, learning from each other, and really research, investigate the part of the body that you picked, so that you can build a case for it, so you can convince us that that is indeed the most important part of the body. We can then go on to create our poster, or create create something else of your choosing. As I mentioned, guys, have a think about that, and we can work on that next week. For now, guys, you can begin with your research. So what you're looking for really is information to back up your claim that the part of the body you picked is the most important part of the body. So again, guys, use a range of different sources. So I hope this was helpful, guys, and I will see you next session.